Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about The Cable Guy. And this movie is directed by Ben Stiller, and it came out in 1996. And it stars Jim Carrey, Matthew Broderick, and Jack Black is in it. He's in the movie for like 10 minutes, and I wasn't super into this movie. I thought Jim Carrey was hilarious in this movie, and it's like perfect casting, really. And he works really well in the film. He's very over the top, and he is the reason this movie has something. Because without him, this movie would fail, and no one else could play this character aside from Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is the only one who could have pulled it off, and he did. And I loved him in the movie. He was hilarious. But everything surrounding him, I don't care for. Like, the main character is Matthew Broderick, and he's just going through a tough time in his relationship with his girlfriend, and they're really boring characters, and I just don't care about them whatsoever. And I'm just like, just get back to Jim Carrey. He's much more entertaining, even if he is kind of an oddball and is just stupid, and he says the most insane things ever, and coincidentally he's right about certain things in relationships, and there's a dream sequence in the movie that seems hilarious, and there's so many ridiculous scenes in this movie. And as funny as this movie can get, I'm not really for the story, really, and I'm not really into the characters. I didn't really find any of them interesting. I didn't feel much of anything while watching it. And it just kind of got a little repetitive once we got halfway into it. And it's a very boring and predictable plot, and you know exactly what it is. And the only thing that makes it stand out is Jim Carrey's performance. And because of that, I can't really say that I like it. One thing I like, or even love, and you get a decent amount of it. I'm not going to deny that, but that's not the core of the movie, really. He's just there, kind of in the background, and he gets a lot of screen time, but he's not who we mainly focus on. It's everyone else, and it's just not that interesting. There weren't really any stakes in the movie. I didn't really feel as though there was any consequence to anything going on in the film. Even when consequences, I guess, technically happen, I just don't feel anything. And there are characters in this movie that have literally nothing to do, like Jack Black being one of them. He has nothing to do, and I don't understand why he's in this movie. And apparently this movie is supposed to be a bit of a satire in ways, and I don't really feel the satirical element of the movie. And the only comedy I get is Jim Carrey. That's clear when he's trying to be funny. He's funny, but when it came to the script, I just don't feel that. And overall, this movie is just really bland and not much going for it. Once you take Jim Carrey and his whole character out of the movie, this movie is basically just really, really bland and has nothing in it. And I was only able to sit through it because he was in it, and he was very, very entertaining. I loved him in the movie, and you get quite a bit of him in the movie, but he doesn't carry the movie. And because of that, I can't really say that I like the movie. And that's about all I have to say about The Cable Guy. It delivers on what you want in terms of Jim Carrey being funny, but everything else, not so much. And I'm not opposed to any of the comedy that's in the film. I like all the comedy, but the problem is it's just not in service of anything. Is it in service of the story? In some ways, yes, but I don't really feel as though it's helping out the experience, the overall story of the film. It helps with the experience, but it doesn't help the story. What is the story? It's about Matthew Broderick trying to like make up with his girlfriend, and to him like trying to get away from Jim Carrey because he just doesn't want to be around him because he finds him weird, and the plot just goes on down in this whole other path, and like that's what the movie is. And once you think about the plot of the movie and that alone, what does all of the comedy that you get from Jim Carrey's character add to the story of the film? Does it really benefit it? It just feels like icing. It doesn't feel like the core of the movie. Does that make sense? It's like, it just doesn't feel like it's in service of much, really. Or at least that was my experience while watching it. And with all that being said, I'm going to give The Cable Guy a 4 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of The Cable Guy, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Kindergarten Cop, a movie I've seen quite a few times as a kid, and now I'm finally going to be rewatching it. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.